What's up, Jabber fans? Ho, 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 ho! Merry Christmas to all! So, if you guys didn't see, wish you guys would have all had me on your Snapchat yesterday, because I proved that I've taken my cheerleading skills to another level. I don't just do the ready, okay? I do the cartwheels too. You guys missed it. My wife saw...
What?
My wife saw it. John saw it. Our assistant saw it. But now that you guys have the cheerleading tease, we're going to go right into today's episode. So, you okay? You got that look on your face like I caught you off guard.
Not really, no.
Okay, sweet. So, Aaron Rodgers is back.
Yes. He is officially back as of today. He was activated off IR. And, contrary to what most Packer fans would think, I'm not that excited about it.
Do explain.
Well, in order to get into the playoffs, they have to win out, and they need help to get in. So they have to have other teams that they're not facing to lose.
Like a lot of help? Like 4 teams need to lose?
Not 4 teams, no. But there's a couple of teams that need to lose ahead of them. And like the Falcons would have to lose, and the Falcons have the tiebreaker against the Packers because they beat them.
Okay, gotcha.
So,
yep.
Yeah, you have to win out, then you have to hope for help. I would have been fine with just shutting Aaron Rodgers down for the season. Now, if they could win out and they'd be in, okay, I get it.
With it.
But since they need help to get in, I don't think it's worth the risk. Just let Hundley finish out the season. Let Rodgers completely heal, so that way there's really the risk is limited. Because right now, if he gets sacked, everyone's gonna be like holding their breath, like, oh, this is collarbone okay. Because yeah, I mean it hasn't been that long since he broke it.
Yeah, I thought he's coming back pretty quick.
He is, yeah. So yeah, it's 8 weeks, and I don't know. Like I said, if they control their own destiny, I would have been fine with them coming back. But since they don't, I would have been fine with them just sitting out and coming back next season to be completely healthy and not have to worry about every hit he takes. And you know what, Hundley,
He hasn't done terrible.
No, I mean, it hasn't been done terrible. So I mean, would they win out with Hundley in there? Probably not. They face the Panthers, Vikings, and Lions. Those are tough games.
Oof.
But I'm just not a huge fan of it. And then another thing that I saw yesterday in regards to Aaron Rodgers being out is Anthony Barr posted a hate mail he got from Packer fans, which, as a Packer fan, just annoys me. Not that Anthony Barr posted, just that other Packer fans are sending hate mail.
Yeah.
Now, one, it's amazing people are still writing. I mean, that alone is just a miracle. So
yeah, because we got the texting. And
yeah, that's one positive that came of that. I was like, hey, people still know how to write. I mean, that's amazing. But, the other hand, it's... Why do you feel the need to exude this hate over something so minuscule? It's a game. Why are you spewing this horrible hatred out on someone that wasn't wasn't a legal hit? It was a fine, fine hit. He didn't get flagged for it.
He left the pocket.
He didn't get fined for it. So it was a perfectly legal hit. And everyone's, people are saying this hate mail is just horribly disgusting things in it for that. It's like, so these people, they clearly felt, they wanted to say this beforehand, but they just needed a reason to say it. It's like they needed a reason to be racist idiots. And it's like, oh, here's a perfect example to do it, so I'm just write this hate mail and do it anonymously, which, I mean, come on, if you're doing it anonymously, it makes you even more of a pathetic loser.
Coward.
Yeah.
They probably go to Dunkin' Donuts instead of Krispy Kreme.
Yeah, so I mean, that's just an embarrassment to the fan base that you have these idiots posting that. Now, granted, I know every fan base has those idiots that do stupid things like that. It's just horrible that over something like that you have to have this vile hatred over somebody for something like I said. That's a game. You shouldn't have like this life or death, intensity for a game. So much more to life than that.
I used to be one of those fans.
That you would write hate mail?
Oh no, I didn't write hate mail. No. I was pretty intense though. We were in Niner games when they were...
I mean, intensity is okay, but when after the game is over, you still feel the need to write this horrible stuff and send it to somebody.
No, I would never do that. I would never do the hate mail. No. No.
Like I said, the positive comes out of it is, hey, people haven't forgotten how to write.
I think I still know how to write letter. It's not gonna lie. It's been a while. I think I could still do it.
Granted, when I was looking at some of these, I mean, obviously, grammar and stuff was out the window, but they at least took the time to.
Did they have periods and commas?
Periods, yeah, commas, and not really. So there was no paragraph format or anything. So.
Their English teachers are probably doing backflips.
No, their English teachers are probably ashamed. Because, like I said, grammar and stuff, no, wasn't involved in there whatsoever.
Okay, so
yeah, it's sad.
So you don't think Roger should come back?
No,
I agree. I would add more on, but he kind of already covered everything.
No, stay out, get completely healthy, try again next year.
So, speaking of Bison Green, Carson Wentz went down last week's game.
Yep, out for the season. Torn ACL.
So I don't know if you saw it, but he released a video on his Facebook Live, I think, or whatever, Instagram, one of the two, thanking all of his fans for supporting him, and he was just super positive. He's like, God has a plan, and he even mentioned the North Dakota fans, which I thought was cool. So it lets them know that he hasn't forgotten about him, even though he went pro,
I would hope not. He's only 2 years removed from living in North Dakota.
I know, but you know how some of the people get when they go pro. They forget about where they came from.
No, he seems to have a pretty level head on his shoulders. He's come back to North Dakota a few times.
Yeah, I've missed him all those times. Even when he was at Qdoba in Minot.
Yep, missed him.
And I missed him when I was in Fargo when him and Josh Duhamel were touring the Sanford Clinic, the new one.
Even if I saw him, I wouldn't, go up to him and, bother him, though, because I'm sure he gets enough of that.
I'd bother him.
I know you would.
I'd be like, I watched you play. I'm your biggest fan. I would.
Well,
I would
biggest
turn.
Is,
Oh, it's so nice that we have a great love-hate friendship on this show. Jerk face. Hope a hippo eats you alive tonight in your sleep.
Easy there, Gossip Girl.
Forgot the XOXO. Forgot the XOXO. Back to the topic when I was so rudely attacked, like in every episode.
Not every episode.
It's pretty close.
No.
I'll start counting.
Okay.
This is one.
But now does truthfulness count?
You call me a girl? Can we break this episode?
Can we break it?
I need time to recover after that. I mean, that was ruthless.
Alright, well, okay, I'll just take it up for you. Carson Wentz out for the year, so now the Eagles have to rely on Nick Foles. Your
pick still could be okay.
I don't feel nearly as confident about it now as I did. So, but yeah, I think they could still do it. I mean, they have the defense is decent enough. But I mean, yeah, considering look at the teams they'll have to face. In the playoff picture right now, Falcons, Seahawks, Vikings, and Rams. Who would you favor them against? Now, granted, they'll probably get home field advantage.
I would say the Seahawks because their defense is so banged up. Their secondary is so banged.
You'd favor them against the Seahawks. Would you favor them against the Falcons in Philadelphia?
Yeah.
What about the Rams in Philadelphia?
Their Rams defense, I would worry more about the Rams offense, even coming into Philly. And also, we got the Saints too, don't forget.
And the Saints. So, I mean, it kind of depends on the weather that you get in Philadelphia.
Right, it's probably going to be cold at this time.
Cold, and if it's snowing or anything, that's going to really put a damper on, the Saints and Rams, because they're so reliant on their offenses.
Yep.
The team that I think would scare the Eagles the most would be the Vikings, because defense travels.
Yeah.
And in a cold weather place, like Philadelphia, where it's going to come down to defense.
Not going to bother them that much with the weather either, where they live.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Well,
Minnesota
they play
though plays inside, so that would mess up the Vikings' offense because I mean, their offense, this year has kind of been, a lot of passing. So I would still maybe favor the Eagles to that because I think their running game is better.
Yeah, for sure.
And so I would still have a slight edge to the Eagles, even though I think it would be a very low-scoring game. Like I said, depending on the weather. The weather would be a big factor in it.
Well, you know me, I'm a big defensive person, especially in the playoffs. So yeah, I would say probably the Vikings would probably scare them because they have a elite defense.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's safe to say that their defense could win them a game.
Yeah.
Or two. Or if they go on a run, which in your case, hope they don't. Because you're a Packers fan. But
Yeah. I don't fully expect the Packers to get in the playoffs, so.
I mean, you're hearing it here from me. The Vikings curse is going to take place like it does every year. When they make the playoffs, they get deep, and then they'll choke. I'm sorry, Vikings fans, but that's just the reality curse that the Vikings have.
See, I think the thing that I think would scare people the most is that the Vikings actually made it to the Super Bowl, and it's in Minnesota.
Yeah, and won.
Well, not so much just win, but they get to the Super Bowl. It's in Minnesota, so immediate home field advantage.
Mm-hmm.
So the fan base there is gonna it's gonna pack that stadium. So it would be a true home game in the Super Bowl, which has never happened before.
Mm-hmm.
So now obviously it depends on who they go against. Because if it was Vikings against the AFC teams, I would favor against the Vikings would be the Steelers and the Patriots.
Yep. And that's probably going to be which two teams. One of those two teams is going to represent the AFC probably.
Oh yeah, yeah. Jaguars.
Oh, they do have the #1 defense.
Yeah.
That travels.
And Bortles has been
He hasn't
playing
been terrible.
decent.
Yeah.
So I think if they
Jags
win this
a
week,
dark horse.
I think if the Jags win this week, they're in the playoffs.
Yeah, they got the Jags. I don't see the Titans doing much over there.
No, they're really stumbling.
Whoever makes it out of the AFC West, maybe the Chiefs or either the surging Chargers. I don't see them as a threat.
I don't know, Chargers. Their defense Their defense has been really good, and their offense has been on fire.
Rivers is a gamer, man.
So
He knows how to win.
now the Chargers, just going back the entire time Philip Rivers has been there, once they get to the playoffs, they always seem to falter.
Yeah.
But, I mean, if they can just keep this going, and they have a great pass rush, their secondary has been pretty good, and their offense has been on fire. So, could they maybe derail the Patriots?
Dark horse.
Maybe.
Dark
Could they
horse.
derail the Steelers? I definitely think so.
I think they could definitely, especially if it's, it wouldn't be on the road, but Big Ben he's either on, the Steelers' offense is either on in their games or either very off. Very inconsistent.
And then this week in the AFC, you have the big matchup between the Patriots and the Steelers, which could go a long way to determining where the AFC is going to run through.
Yep.
If the Steelers win, then they clinch a first-round bye.
Mm-hmm.
And then they control their own destiny as far as home field advantage, which I think they would need in order to beat the Patriots.
Yep, to have a legitimate chance.
They had to go to New England. I think New England has got them. But so we'll see what happens this week because it's in Pittsburgh.
It's at Heinz Field, huh?
Yep. So yeah, it's a matchup of two Hall of Fame quarterbacks, Tom Brady and Ben Roethlisberger. Like I said, if the Steelers' offense is on,
Oh yeah, it's gonna be game
it's
over.
tough
Quick.
to beat.
Yeah.
Then the Patriots defense has been playing much better before they started. And they do get Gronk back this week, which I still think he should still be suspended, but that was the tactic we had last week.
Hoping he doesn't Superman somebody, like fly through the air and just nail him again.
Yeah, really. So, how better will they look? 'Cause, I mean, they did lose to the Dolphins.
They looked really bad in that Dolphins game. They made Jay Cutler look like Hall of Famer.
He didn't look that good, but yeah, that was a surprise. Not many people expected the Dolphins to win that game.
I did, and I was looking at my phone. I was like, oh, "What? Dolphins are winning?"
Yeah. So how Patriots have to rebound from that horrible showing.
They got to go back on. They got to on the road again in Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, but now obviously with the Dolphins, it's a division game, so those games are always tougher. But you should still be able to beat the
Yeah.
Dolphins.
Yeah. Jay turnover.
Exactly. So if they struggle against the Dolphins offense and the Steelers offense is on point, oh, they're gonna have a hard time with them.
Might be a blowout. Honestly, if Le'Veon Bell gets going,
I wouldn't say blowout.
I would say if their offense gets going, I'll say they'll win by 2 touchdowns.
I still don't completely trust the Steelers defense.
Well, that's
It's
the
not
other
what
thing.
it's not what it once was. It's obviously not the steel curtain or anything.
Well,
They
and then
give
they
up
lost
points.
Shazier too. That hurts in their running game.
Yeah, so they give up points. I still think it could be a shootout,
Could be,
but I don't think the Steelers are going to blow them out by any means.
or it could be down to like a field goal.
And
or
you
something.
can never count out Brady.
That's true. He's a gamer. He knows how to win.
Clearly,
Yeah, I mean,
the 5 Super Bowl rings
He's
show
kind of
this.
good.
It's pretty decent.
Yeah, he's not your typical Krispy Kreme donuts, not on the conveyor belt.
Okay.
Giving me that look again. Really uncomfortable. Yikes. Okay, next
I
topic.
don't know where you went with it.
Exactly.
All right.
So, Seahawks, dirty plays. That last game, pretty bad.
Yeah, and apparently the Jaguars fans thought so too.
Yeah,
Decided to throw beer and stuff on the Seahawks players as they leave and try to Ron Artest it and get into the stands. Thankfully, he wasn't able to.
Did you see the Michael Bennett play when he dove at the center's legs?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a hard time with that one.
Yeah, that was a pretty cheap shot.
It's kind of funny because the Seahawks, over the years they've been a lot of fan bases plagued them as a dirty team. When the Legion of Boom was there, they like to hold a lot. And I remember, I think it was the Broncos. Was it the Broncos or the Patriots Super Bowl? Before the Super Bowl was over, that huge fight that happened on the field with a bunch of the Seahawks players.
Oh, that was the Patriots.
Yeah.
After that fourth, or
Yep.
after that
After that pick.
yeah.
So, I mean, it's... As a Niners fan, I guess, I have an issue with it. I know a few Seahawk fans that give the fan base a bad name. I get it, it's in all teams, but
Mm-hmm.
I just have a lot of Seahawk fans that just are really, just...
Rub you the wrong way.
Yeah, I won't make a weird analogy because you'll give me a weird look again, but yes, they just rub you the wrong way.
It's like biting into a Dunkin' Donut you thought it'd be Krispy Kreme.
Yeah! Wow, you came with that all by big boy pants on today, huh? Wow. Jeez. But yeah, I have an issue with how the Seahawks did the hits because the last episode we filmed, we talked about the violence of the NFL.
Player safety.
And it kind of falls back into that. You're going to dive at a player's ankle and purposely try to injure this player. I don't know, I think more could be done about it. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't know.
No, and there definitely could be more done. 'Cause, I mean, really, the NFL is so kind of wishy-washy as far as, who they punish when the flags are thrown.
How long are they out games?
Yeah. Like we talked about in the last episode, the hits between that Juju Smith-Schuster had and Rob Gronkowski had were two entirely different things,
Yep.
yet they got the same penalty.
Yep.
So, yeah, they talk a lot about player safety, but then again, they don't always show that they have player safety in mind.
They don't reinforce it.
Yeah. Like I said, Gronkowski shouldn't be playing this week because he should have been gone at least 2 games.
Yeah, he should have at least been out 2 games because the play was clearly over and he dove on the guy.
Yeah.
Put his whole weight into his head.
Yeah.
I don't know. I had a hard time with it. I don't know. I just think they could do more with player safety.
Oh, definitely.
I don't know. It reiterates me. I don't know.
It what's reiterates?
Irritating.
Oh, irritates you.
Sorry.
They said it reiterates. He was like, that makes no sense whatsoever.
Yeah, Gossip Girl moment again.
Shameful.
Love you too, buddy.
Happy Hanukkah. Hanukkah is going on right now.
Okay, so we're gonna wrap this up after that weirdness.
Wait a second, Hanukkah's weird? I'm sure we have Jewish fans.
I was saying we're gonna wrap this up after your weirdness catching me off guard. So,
Now you know how I feel a lot of the times.
Like our page, subscribe to us on YouTube, check out our Facebook Live. I'll be putting stuff out there. Everybody have a Merry Christmas.
And a Happy Hanukkah.
And Happy Hanukkah. And stay tuned, because there might be some videos soon of me pursuing my cheerleading career.
And failing.
So, have a Merry Christmas, and remember, use your pom-poms, stretch really good, and do your splits.
Merry Christmas.